What's happening, everyone? Paul here from Pocket Physio, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the hamstring injury, pulled hamstring, hamstring strain, whatever that is for you. We're going to be diving into that today so that you know exactly what's going on, what it feels like, and what you can do to prevent it from happening in the future. All right, so hamstring injury is a very, very common injury for everybody, males, females, young athletes, older athletes, something that plagues us all. It's generally one of these injuries that the fitter you are and the more activity that you do, the more likely you are to succumb to these types of injuries, particularly if you do something that involves a lot of sprinting. Why? Because the hamstrings play a very key role in that process. Basically, when you're running at full speed and you're stretching out with one leg in front of you, that is when your hamstrings are at maximum strain, and that is when they often get pulled or torn or injured. So what that means is that the hamstrings support the running motion eccentrically. What that means is the hamstring muscle is involved as the knee is extending, but it's working in a lengthened position as opposed to a shortened position. So that's what we call eccentrically, when the muscle is lengthened and it is active and it is contracting. So this is what is the most common injury. And the main reason is that they're just pretty underdeveloped and undertrained for such things, you know. Most people are not training their hamstrings correctly or eccentrically enough. And also it's just a vulnerable spot, you know. Think about any sport, particularly in football or soccer these days, that is the biggest problem and the biggest injury that all the teams have to deal with throughout the season is hamstring injuries. But that's really down to just how much they play. Not really anything else other than that, because they are training at optimal level, but they're just playing a hell of a lot of football these days, and that's why they're getting them. But for you guys at home, and for you guys in the general world, it might just be the case that you're just not doing enough focused training on them. So yes, if you've been sprinting recently, stopping, trying to change direction, and as soon as you've put that foot down, you've just felt a pull in the back of your leg, hamstring. Simple as that. So let's have a wee look at them here. So as you can see, what I've beautifully done is I've just removed all the other muscles, like got rid of the bum and everything and all the other big muscles, so that we can focus on them here, because the hamstrings are actually three muscles. So it's a muscle group. And we've got on the outside here, the bicep femoris longus, exactly like the bicep in the forearm. Basically, bicep just means that it's got two heads. So it's got another one on the outside as well, which you can't see here. And then semi-tendinosus in the middle and semi-membranosus on the inside. And you can see that there you go, the tendons, and just attaching across on to the bone across the knee joint, and then that's how they assist in that knee extension. All right, and they control that motion. So this is where you'll get it. You'll usually get the hamstring injuries in the muscle belly. That is the most common place. You can zoom in a bit here. You see there is quite a lot of tissue there. So you can get anything from a small cut across to a complete tear. To identify those things, generally you would maybe have some sort of ultrasound imaging, although a good palpation in there, you could probably feel it. And then the other place that you can often get that is at the tendon, right at the beginning here. This one right underneath the glute max here, right underneath your bum. So sometimes you'll feel it, a really pinpoint sharp pain when you're sitting down, but that's more from the tendon. And that's probably a topic for another day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know. If you're sprinting and you feel that pull in the back of your leg, hamstring. Simple as that. The reason, very common for most people, the hamstring muscle is working eccentrically when you're sprinting or running or changing direction. And it requires a lot of control and a lot of eccentric strength. And most people are just lacking in those areas. So, and then this is sounding a lot like you, and you're wanting to get some advice, some treatment, and to help you get back to your goals, then why don't you stick around and watch this? And then after that, we'll show you how to do some home tests so that you can test your hamstring out to see how sore it is at the moment. Not sure if Pocket Physio is right for you? Well, let me explain. At Pocket Physio, we believe in digital physiotherapy and unparalleled accessibility to all who need it. And that's why we have created Physi, a truly innovative healthcare app which allows us to treat and support people all over the world, wherever and whenever they need it. Within the app, you can get started immediately, no appointment required. Just sign in to Physi and start the conversation, and before you know it, you'll have a preliminary diagnosis and detailed explanation from Physi explaining why Physi thinks that's the problem. Following that, you then have a session with one of our virtual physiotherapists so that they can confirm that what Physi is saying is correct and that your rehab plan is correct. Speaking of your rehab plan, Physi will create it customized to you, your needs, your goals, your equipment, how many exercises you want to do, everything. It will then find you exercise videos and put everything in one neat place in a PDF file so that you can access it, download it and have it with you wherever you need it. Next thing, you need to track those exercises, and you can do that in the app as well. Whenever you complete your exercises, just pop it in there and Physi will store that data for you. Not keeping up with your exercises? Not with Physi. Physi will text you when it's time to exercise when you agree with Physi so that you always stay accountable and stay on track. Having problems with the exercises, need support? You can contact Physi whenever you want, 24/7 support. If you're having a problem with one of the exercises, you just jump into the app, explain to Physi the problem, and you will get immediate adjustments and real-time feedback. This service is truly unique in the world today, creates unparalleled accessibility for everyone who needs it. Start your recovery today. So, a couple of home tests so that you can see if you've pulled your hamstring. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your hip up at a right angle like this, and then pop your hands behind here, and you're going to try and straighten your leg while just bringing your knee up while keeping that leg there. And I can already feel my hamstrings tight. There's no pain, but if this really, really hurts, especially in the belly here, that's a good sign that you've pulled your hamstring. Another one would be if you've just got your leg flat like this, try and keep your knee straight as possible and lift the leg up as high as you can. And again, you'll really start to feel that pain in there. So give it a go yourself and let me know. What should you do if you think you have a suspected hamstring strain? You should get in touch with a physiotherapist so that you can get a good assessment and make a proper recovery plan that's tailored specifically to you and your goals. That's always the best advice, particularly with something like this. If there's a sport, or maybe you're a marathon runner or a sprinter or something like that, and you feel like your hamstrings are playing up quite frequently, then it's really important to get that specialized and personalized help and support so that you can try your best to prevent this from happening in the future, because that's the best solution here with the hamstrings. You want to bulletproof your hamstrings. Lots of eccentric training, lots of heavy loads, lots of balance exercises, and lots of power exercises. And if you're not sure what those things are and you want to find out more, then yeah, you're going to need to consult with a local physiotherapist. If you don't have a local physiotherapist, then that's why we're here at Pocket Physio. We offer a very digital service, super convenient, super flexible, highly effective, and very easy. So you can come and join us today by clicking the link below, and you can start your initial consultation within our Physi app, and then we can have a session together and make a detailed plan and get you back to where you need to be. See you guys in the next video.